Some car problems are not big enough to complain about, yet they show up every single drive. The phone lands in the wrong spot, cables take over the cabin, bags slide around, and the dash starts collecting little fixes that never feel finished. Welcome to CircuitPeek. Today's picks are all about practical wins. These are 15 car gadget picks that feel oddly practical, because each one solves a real cabin habit you already deal with. Peek into what's next. But the first pick starts with the thing most drivers touch before the seatbelt clicks. XUenair 15-watt fast-charging wireless car charger. Starts with the phone problem, because every drive needs a clean landing spot. Instead of tossing the phone into a cup holder or dragging a cable across the console, this puts charging and viewing in one fixed place. The real test is position, hold, and angle. Once those line up, the routine becomes one motion, not a tiny dashboard circus. GUREVO Tire Inflator Portable Air Compressor gives you control when tire pressure turns into a surprise chore. The setup is easy to picture. Connect the hose, set the pressure, and handle the job without chasing an air pump across town. What you care about first is storage and charge discipline. Once it stays reachable, this becomes a practical backup for work days, trips, and weekend drives. Apple CarPlay wireless adapter fixes the funny part of modern cars. The car already has CarPlay, yet the cable still runs the show. This adapter is for vehicles built around wired CarPlay, so the fit check matters. The question in your head right now is whether it cleans the cabin or adds another box. When the setup matches your car, startup feels less clunky. Glory's 2026 12-inch 4K rear-view mirror camera becomes the big visual shift in this list. A normal forward camera tells one part of the driving story, while a mirror-style camera setup brings front, cabin, and rear views into one screen. What you want to know before trusting it is installation fit. Once the setup works, coverage becomes easier to understand at a glance. Dasaita 14-inch screen head unit changes the cabin in a bigger way than a clip-on gadget. It is not a loose accessory. It is a screen-forward dashboard upgrade for a specific truck range. The useful question is simple. Do you want a deeper cabin change instead of another portable screen? When that answer is yes, the center stack feels more current and organized. GPS tracker for vehicles looks tiny, yet the decision behind it is bigger than the object. A tracker only earns a place when placement, charging, app flow, and daily use make sense. Here's the exact concern most people have. Will it fit the routine without becoming another thing to babysit? That makes this a smart fit check pick, not just a small gadget. By this point, the list has moved from phone control to tire control. Wireless startup, access clarity, camera coverage, screens, and tracking. Now the shift gets more every day. The next picks are less flashy, but they hit the stuff drivers touch constantly. Consoles, mounts, airflow, bags, seats, pet hair, and camera clarity. Which small cabin problem would you fix first? Yet the next one proves a low-tech tray deserves attention when the cabin keeps swallowing small items. HOLEMISINN 2026 Toyota RAV4 3-pieces double-layer center console organizer. Resets the pace with a simple cabin fix. The center console stops acting like a dark hole for keys, cards, cables, and small tools. Instead, the space gets layers. The thing you notice first is vehicle fit, because this is made for a specific console shape. That precision is what makes it practical. SKYLOTEC phone holder for Honda Civic 2022 to 2026 keeps the phone mount idea grounded in fit. A generic vent clip forces the driver to hunt for a usable angle. This one is built around a defined cabin, so reach, sightline, and cable path matter together. What you are checking right away is placement. Better position turns a basic mount into a cleaner routine. XUENAir 5 volts / 12 volts / 24 volts. Universal dashboard fan adds a comfort beat without turning the dash into clutter. The value is directed airflow where the built-in vents do not fully cover a passenger area, pet area, or warm cabin startup. The setup test is simple. Mount clean, avoid sight lines, and stay useful. When those pieces line up, the cabin feels easier to manage. Car seat back storage hook feels obvious the second you picture takeout, grocery bags, purses, or backpacks sliding across the floor. The cabin needs an assigned hanging point, and this creates one behind the seat. The decision point is headrest fit and what you hang from it. Once that checks out, loose item chaos loses one of its favorite hiding places. VIUDMEK Car Seat Covers for Cadillac XT4 2019 to 2026 bring the list into comfort and protection. The visual story is the cabin before and after the seating surfaces get covered. This is not only style, it is daily wear, cleanup, and a more uniform look. The key concern is seat shape. Good fit makes covers feel planned, not thrown over the cabin. Cscevt leather seat covers for Ford Escape 2001 to 2026. Keep the ownership angle going. Drivers carrying passengers, pets, tools, gym bags, or lunch bags already understand how seat surfaces take abuse. This pick is about protection and cleanup speed over time. The fit check is installation neatness and vehicle match. When those pieces align, the interior feels more controlled every week. Reusable silicone lint roller gives the cleaning section a clear action shot. Roll, lift debris, rinse, and repeat. It fits car use because seats, cargo mats, pet blankets, and clothing collect hair and lint fast. Seat covers help block mess. This handles what still lands on fabric. The real test is surface type and whether you keep it nearby. Reusable silicone lint roller gives the cleaning section a clear action shot. Roll, lift debris, rinse, and repeat. It fits car use because seats, cargo mats, pet blankets, and clothing collect hair and lint fast. Seat covers help block mess. This handles what still lands on fabric. The real test is surface type and whether you keep it nearby. Mangoal CPL 3326 circular polarizing lens closes the loop on the camera problem from earlier. Recording only helps when the captured view is clear enough to understand. This lens accessory supports compatible dash cams by focusing the final decision on image clarity and fit. The product is small, but the idea is bigger. Better coverage deserves a cleaner captured view to match. That is the point of these 15 car gadget picks that feel oddly practical. Some clean up the dash, some support safety access, camera coverage, storage, comfort, or cleanup. The pattern is the same. The right gadget earns its spot by making a repeated car task easier to handle. Like, subscribe, and comment which gadget resonated most. Which upgrade are you adding first from this list? Then, check the links in the description if you want to look any of these up. stop doing the things the hard way. Peek into what's next. Want to see more? Check out the video on the left, or check out the Car Gadgets products playlist on the right. Peek into what's next.